Hello everyone! So today I want to talk about Nano Dimension's ticker symbol NNDM, the company that has $1.5 billion in cash and a revenue of 4 million. This should be interesting. In case you're new to the channel is new, and apart from the technological new miracles that we have here, like this, we have an awesome community building up. This has been a crazy month, and this video is actually a request from Duckman47, who mentions the fact that they have 1.5 billion in cash, extremely oversold, and think that they can have a big reversal soon. So I want to talk about the stock, my research, and everything I think about. I hope you will like it, man. Always happy to hear what you guys are thinking. None of this is financial advice, but we do have a Buzzy with us here. This is Buzzy, and he has been with me and advising me for years, and we starting to grade stocks by Buzzies now. So let's see how this one does. Let me jump back to this screen. So NNDM, how much Buzzies should we give it? The story behind this company is basically as follows. They are a 3D printing company. They're an Israeli company. We had a bunch of those. Those are popping up pretty quickly lately. We had Payoneer and eToro, now NNDM, pretty cool. So they're doing printing technology, and they have been one of those hype stocks. A lot of people are talking about them. The main reason because ARK is investing into them, and they can print electronics and all this, you know, I don't know, next century sci-fi stuff. So the story of this company, if we'll look at the past 5 days, they are down 10%, past month down 30%. That being said, 6 months up 45%, and if we look at the year, we'll see something pretty crazy, up 431%. And I always, in case you're following the channel, you know that I'm saying this is a big warning sign. Again, on this channel I always try to give the perspective of a CEO. I'm a CEO of a gaming company, and this is what I'm trying to do here. So maybe this is a good time to do it, in case this all sounds fun. Technological miracle again. Like, subscribe, bell, and comment, especially if you're a gamer. Please let me know. I like to meet gamers, so tell me in the comments, and please do like the video. This helps you know, promote the video. So the crazy thing here is that 430% is a lot, but also if I look down from the lows here to the highs here, I get over 2000% jump, which is insane. I usually say that whenever I see this is a huge warning sign. Now, the story of this company is that in 2020 they got a new CEO, and back then the company's market cap, meaning its valuation, how much the company is worth, was 10 million. Now he seems to be doing a good job, and the valuation now is 1.7 billion. That's quite a jump. And the stock has been trending down a bit, and that's a lot because they have been raising money and doing offerings and stuff like that, which they have been very successful in. They got a whooping $1.5 billion in cash. Oh, like, this is insane for a company that with such a size. I mean, and also, you know, we're talking about a company that valuation is 1.75 and they have 1.5 in cash. This means their actual valuation is, like, you know, without the cash is somewhere around 250 million. Still quite a lot from the 10 that we had just a year ago. And as I said, ARK has invested into them. Now, what will they be doing with all this cash, right? This is the great question, because it's a small company with a lot of money. So what will they be doing? Well, the CEO said that this money is going to be used mostly for mergers and acquisitions. Sounds smart, sounds like a cool idea, but I'm gonna do a small thing here where I go like, so the company currently has revenues of around 4 million as far as I can tell. And that's dropping. They are losing money, but that's okay. They're still in early stages. That happens. That is not a huge warning sign. But the revenues are 4 million. In 2019, like a year before, it was 8 million. So their revenues are actually going down. And now I'm gonna say like, you know, like CEO to CEO, or even Israeli as Israel, like an Israeli to an Israeli. How about taking those $1.5 billion and instead of investing them into other companies' acquisitions and mergers, use them to, I don't know, grow your company? That I know this sounds like a revolutionary idea and an insane idea, but that can be a pretty interesting solution, no? And to be a bit less cynical for a second, yes, acquisitions obviously can be used to grow the company if you acquire or merging with or whatever, investing into companies that are connected to what you're doing, in this case, 3D printing. But it can also lead a dangerous road where, you know, like they have this promise, like we know the company's actual worth is 10 million before the hype and the buzz and the arc and the new CEO and stuff like that, and then they find themselves with 1.5 billion. They can just take the money, invest it into other things, and just completely start doing other stuff, which I'm not saying they will do. This is usually not what happens, but it's very vague saying like, you know, yeah, we're gonna use it for acquisitions. Acquisition of what? So that's a bit of a weird warning sign for me. Again, this money definitely can be used in great ways, and the fact that they have it is great, but also for a company that's revenues are going down every year, and to begin with, like at the peak were 8 million and now are 4, maybe should do something else. The question for me at the end of the day, by the way, if we're going to over the news, there aren't a lot of news about them, and the news that I can find is that, hey, they announce a new CEO, and then investing in Nano Dimensions is sure to get you burned. Nano Dimension is a small cap growth play with large valuation, meaning it's too large. Why is Nano Dimension stock fell 12.7% in March? Then Nano Dimension announced Ziv Nevadi appointed as new president, and then they have Hannah Gino as chief product officer. So the main news that I can find at the moment is that they are appointing more people, which makes sense because they have a lot of money to do that now, but nothing of substance. Now, I'm sorry if I'm sounding negative, and this is where I'm getting at. What I'm saying is that this company was worth 10 before they started doing the offerings, before ARK invested in them. Obviously that gave them a lot of hype, the stock blew up, they have a lot of money now, but also this is their earnings. They're losing more and more money, which again happens. Question is, in anyone who is considering investing into this, what do you think happened over the past year that brought it from $10 million to 1.75 billion? Is it justified? And then some of you would say, well, a lot of it is just cash. So I will say, okay, well, if that's your way of thinking, what happened that it brought it from 10 to 250 million? If you have good answers for that, great. I personally can't find them. But then again, the fact that they have a lot of cash is great. Now, I think they are overpriced. I know this is not what you want to hear, man. And I'm sorry. Usually, by the way, like, you know, videos where you say get this stock gets a lot more likes, and that's, you know, better for the channel, so to speak. But I want to be honest. I think this is overpriced, and that's the reason. Now, long term, this can be a really interesting play because ARK are investing in them for a reason. And if you think that 3D printing is gonna be like the next huge thing, then maybe they can become a key player in that. They seem to have good technology, they seem to have a lot of cash on their hands, so they have a good starting point. That being said, 3D printing is like one of those things, I'm saying like next, you know, century crazy sci-fi stuff, because yes, like we're there, we know how to 3D print, but we're talking about like printing electronics and rockets and, you know, new universes and stuff. At the same time, I can share from my experience, we still can't make 3D printing those like small, you know, action figurines for gaming financial, meaning like to make it so that it's a good idea for a company to start doing that financially. Usually we're still struggling there. It's like VR, it's like all those technologies that are like 40 years from now, sure, we can see a huge jump, but this might be a 40-year hold. And this is the question: if you want to flip it, if you want to, you know, if you think this can go great within the next few years, personally, I'm not sure this is going to happen. If you're thinking about it like 40 years forward, might be a good play. I will say one last thing. Because this is a hype stock, because this is very talked about, because ARK are investing, because this is very volatile as they have those crazy jumps, and because this is very high growth tech, meaning no one really knows what they're doing, they seem to have cool technology and a lot of cash, ooh, nice. This will be very volatile, so chances are at some point you will see this suddenly jump, and then you will see this suddenly drop. Like, you probably can make short plays here that would make sense. So you can either do that, or you can think about very long term. And if you're a big believer in 3D printing, great. That's then this seems like a pretty good and legit play, mostly based on ARK. That being said, is it a great company to invest in, especially midterm? Me personally, I am not jumping in. And again, I'm sorry if I'm disappointing. I know you probably had expectations for me to say better things about them, but I want to be honest about my research. I am not big on this one at the moment, and I have to give it 2 buzzies. A completely random number that doesn't mean anything. Thank you all for watching. This is the video for today. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow we're gonna do, like every Saturday, the looking back at all the calls and if they were right. And if this content is fun for you and you want to join our awesome community that is growing super fast, I know we only have like 120 subscribers, but less than a month, that's pretty awesome. I do want to invite you to subscribe, bell, like, and comment if you're a gamer or if you just have anything to say. Also, we have a new Discord channel that I want to invite you to. For now, it's free. At some point, probably gonna be charged. So, you know, use this offer to just join in and meet other people like you who are into investing. Until tomorrow, cheers everyone. Have a great weekend.